is here. Everybody knows there's not a better time of year. Hear that sleigh, Santa's on his way. Hip hip hooray for Christmas vacation. Got a ton of stuff to celebrate.
And welcome back to the Movie Hero Network, folks. This is episode number 20 of Recast, and it's at our holiday edition here of Recast, and we are talking about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation this evening. I am your host and heavy hitter of Recast, Austin Pez Howell, and I've got a great cast and panel of Christmas Vacation super fans ready to talk about Christmas Vacation this evening. I will be sitting this one out. Not that I will not be on camera. I'll just be hosting and moderating the proceedings and keeping track of everything. But I'm going to let these guys duke it out on Christmas Vacation this time. So let me introduce our contestants this evening. Jordan, the movie hero Anderson. He's wearing the shirt that I got him for Christmas, or one of the two. And you're muted, buddy. So make sure you unmute yourself. But yeah, he's wearing the one. There you go.
Hey, what's up? Tonight I'll be your pride and joy. I'll be Snots. Call me Snots. Call me an asshole in his bathrobe, emptying his septic tank into the sewer. Call me whatever you want. But yeah, I'm excited for this, so it should be a fun time.
Yeah, no, there's some good picks tonight, so we'll have some fun. We got Brian Nussbaum. How's it going, Brian?
It's great, good. It's in the season for the recast. There's one side member that was easy to recast. The rest were kind of hard, but it should be a good time.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Yeah. Mr. Jonathan Caro, I believe it's in his 128. Welcome, sir. How's it going?
Holy shit, hallelujah. Where's the Tylenol before I get started?
Yeah.
You know, people don't associate with me with comedies, but this is one of my favorite comedies, you know, in addition to being one of my favorite Christmas movies. So, yeah, I can't wait to have some fun and discuss these recasting choices. So, let's get to it.
Yeah, definitely. And we got Richard Goodacre, comedy man extraordinaire. How's it going, Richie?
Yeah, man. No, good to be here. Yeah, I'm not like much of a Christmas movie watcher, but I do make a point to watch Christmas Vacation every year. I think it just hits for me, and yeah, I think it's a lot of fun, and yeah, I had to jump at the chance of recasting this, so I think this will be cool. I'm always intrigued on other people's picks, so yeah.
Yeah, no, and there's quite a few characters in this movie, so we had to kind of hash it out behind the scenes who exactly we were going to recast from this ensemble, because obviously there's quite a few people in this one, and we kind of parted down to sort of the most standout characters. We excluded a few, so we do not have the two sets of grandparents in this one, just to let everybody know, just because there's not a lot to the characters. They're just kind of there, you know, occasionally talking to Clark and whatnot. So what we'll be casting here, the cast of characters, we will be going from kind of the bottom to top, sort of with the most to do with the plot and whatnot. We've got Frank the boss, we've got Uncle Lewis and Aunt Bethany. We then got, of course, the kids, Audrey and Rusty. We got cousin Eddie, and then of course Clark and Ellen Griswold. So we'll be working our way up the cast, and we'll kind of work our way to the top. But how it's going to work is you guys will essentially be duking out with each other. So we'll start with our first character. We'll lay it all out, play a quick clip, and then you guys will reveal your choices. And then what we're going to do is we'll go around the panel and everybody will be ranking each other's picks and giving it a ranking and a score, because obviously if we ranked all the picks, we included ourselves, that would just negate each other. We would all vote for our whole picks. So that kind of zeroes everything out on that way. So you'll be ranking each other's picks from 3 to 1. So a third place will get 1 point, second place will get 2 points, and a first place will get 3 points. I'll keep track of that off to the side, and whoever has the most points for their recasted actor or actress will get the points for that one. So, and it's completely open with these guys. They can pick anybody from any era, any time, be specific if they want to. Totally fine. So yeah, if you guys are ready to get this thing started, we'll get going with the recast here.
But just real quick, you guys hear that? It's a funny squeaky sound. Do you hear it? I don't know. It's coming from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Squirrel. No.
So let's start out. We're going to start kind of at the bottom again, work our way top. So we decided to include because he's kind of essential to the plot, especially by the end. We're going to include Clark's boss Frank, played by Brian Doyle Murray, and we're going to start with that one. So we're going to recast Brian Doyle Murray, and let's get a little reintroduction to his character in the movie. Here we go.
Mark? Clark. That's Bill, sir.
Are you the one who was working on that non-nutritive cereal varnish?
Yes, sir.
I've got to give a speech to a trade group. I'd like to mention it. Write up a brief summary and have it to me by the end of the day.
My pleasure.
Layman's terms, none of that inside bullshit jargon that nobody understands.
Yes, sir. Oh, Mrs. Shirley, we got your Christmas card the other day, and my family and I are very flattered that you remembered us. Corporate cards.
Don't forget that report, Bill.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Kiss my ass. Kiss his ass. Kiss your ass. Happy Hanukkah.
It's my girl Rhonda's like favorite part. We're gonna kiss my ass, kiss your ass. Happy Hanukkah. So yeah, let's talk about Frank, the boss. There is what we're gonna call him, played by Brian Doyle Murray. So we'll go around the horn, kind of in order, around in a circle, and then we'll change the order each time and kind of rotate it. Again, I'll just be keeping track of the scores for you guys, and we'll see what you got. I do not envy you guys, by the way. Y'all have some really good picks tonight, so I don't envy not having to vote for these. Actually, and just kicking back and watching the slaughter. So, Jordan, we'll start with you right next to me, and we'll go around in a circle. So, who have you got for your new Frank?
Yeah, so I went with someone that just like screams the corporate a-hole, like just like the guy that's so like full of himself. He's like has a god complex, and he doesn't remember your name, all that stuff that the Brian Doyle Murray, the boss character Frank Shirley has. I went with J.K. Simmons for my pick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, and he also kind of has almost a similar look. I mean, even if you like slap on a mustache, he almost looks kind of similar. And like you, like from things like especially like Jonah Jameson, first and foremost, like he's just the guy that you're almost terrified to even like talk to because he's just that intimidating. But in the end, he's a huge a-hole, and he just pisses you off. And he's the guy that like probably cousin Eddie would want to kidnap near the end of the movie. So because he's just that much of an a-hole, and he also has the same kind of very punchable face too. I feel like so yeah. I'll say J.K. Simmons.
All right, J.K. Simmons for Jordan. Brian, what you got?
Yeah, when I look at his character, he's a character actor, so I went with Narut. I went with Philip Baker Hall for my pick. If you haven't recognized him, he's played the boss in Whistle Money. He's for Seinfeld, Bookman, detective guy. He played bosses in other films, and within me watch, he does give the look of Frank Shirley, so I went with Philip Baker Hall for my pick.
All right, R.I.P. Philip Baker Hall, who passed away about a year or two ago. Yeah, great character actor, always fun to pop up. All right, Jonathan, what you got?
So I went this route of the mid 2000s to mid 2010s era, and in addition to being greedy and condescending, I wanted an actor that can personify the IDGAF attitude, and so I went with Nick Offerman. Yeah.
Dang, that's good.
Imagine walking in and seeing that in your face every day.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyway, before I really lose my shit, no, he plays the perfect Frank Shirley in my opinion because he just walks around in a very intimidating position, and he just doesn't give a shit about who your name is or what your status is. He just wants to lay the law, and just live his life in his own rich, luxurious land and not give out bonuses. So I went with Offerman, even though he has a little glimpse of humanity towards the end. And I think I see that in Offerman as well, when he did the last ones. So Offerman.
All right. So Nick Offerman for Jonathan. And Richie, round us up with your pick.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about condescending. I don't feel like as a boss I get as much condescending as Gary Cole. When you think of Gary Cole in Office, so yeah, I'm gonna go Gary Cole because a guy who's very uncaring, very expects probably way too much of his underlings, and doesn't can sort of knows how to be a bully and you know assert his power kind of abuse his power and just a great character actor to boot. So yeah, I'm gonna go Gary Cole.
Yeah, Richie's gonna pick
Yeah.
Gary Cole. Yeah. All right. So just to recap the picks all around, we got Jordan's pick of J.K. Simmons, Brian's pick of Philip Baker Hall, we got Jonathan's pick of Nick Offerman, and we got Richie's pick of Gary Cole. All right. So and we'll go around and get your guys' rankings of these. So Jordan, why don't you start by ranking the other three?
Well, like dang it, like these are some good picks because
Yeah,
it's like
there's gonna be good picks all around tonight. I don't envy you guys. Again,
Yeah.
I can just watch and see.
each time y'all were giving your pitches, I'm like oh yeah, that's a really great pick. And the next person, oh that's awesome. Oh man, I'm just like geez, but I went with just because it's just the slight step down in the three, not by much though, very 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 slight. But I have Philip Baker Hall for my number three, and then
You're muffled a bit.
Yeah, you're a little
Kind of underwater a
muffled.
little bit.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, there you go.
A little bit,
And then for number two, I went with Gary Cole just because Office Space and he's played those kind of iconic a-hole roles, but man, Nick Offerman, I mean, he just he does not want to be bothered. He does not want anyone in his business. He just wants to just sit back and just do whatever he wants and yeah, it's. And also too, Nick Offerman's one of my if they say spirit animals, but if you could have a spirit person, he'd be it. He's like the epitome of manliness too. So I appreciate that. Not that that manliness factors in or anything, but still, I like that about him.
Yeah. All right. Brian, what's your ranking?
Yeah, I agree. This is a very tough round. There's tough to rank. For number three, I went with J.K. Simmons. Because I think he's sort of like A-lister almost, sort of looking for character actor for this role. Number two, Nick Offerman. I do agree he does play like the third boss as we bothered. But number one, I went with Gary Cole actually because I was thinking character actor and this was one of my choices. So I went Gary Cole for my number one.
Okay, so different ranking there. Jonathan.
Yes. Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna have to disagree with you there, Richie. Yeah, Gary Cole, number three. 2 and 3, I think they're just too much like their bosses in the other movies they portray. So Gary Cole, I think it'll be too much like that boss. Just it's gonna be very tough to be duplicating or not duplicating that boss, and that's why I choose Simmons because I see J. Jonah Jameson again. So I think it's just he would just freak out a lot and not offer any humanity. So by default, I went with Baker Hall because of the character actor perspective. And even though I see a little bit from the Boogie Nights boss in that movie, I think he could play a slightly different angle with that kind of boss figure with that movie and Bruce Almighty, and where his humanity will come through in the end. So I went with Baker Hall at number one.
Okay. And Richie.
Yeah, these votes are all over the place. It's fun.
Right.
Number three, I went for Baker Hall just because I love him. He's a legend, especially a great character actor. I haven't seen him play ruthless sort of guys. I've seen him play bosses, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he can pull off the intimidating factor. J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons, it might be. I've seen him play. Obviously, is my number two. Is my number two. I think like Caro said, I think I've seen him play like sort of similar roles, but yeah, I mean he's definitely intimidating. But man, when you showed that picture of Nick Offerman, that intimidated me. So, and I want more. I think the Hollywood's starting to realize he's intimidating. He was in that movie Sovereign like earlier this year. So yeah, that dude has got an intimidating presence. So and he's got comedic timing. So I'll go Nick Offerman.
All right, so rounding out the points, J.K. Simmons with 5, Phil Baker Hall with 5, Gary Cole with 6, and Nick Offerman with 8. So, hey Nick Offerman, and he's Nick Offerman's scolding us for picking it. He doesn't really want to.
Yeah,
no, I don't want to do that.
Don't forget that.
That's right. All right, so let's scoot it up to our kind of a duo here. So we're going to talk about Aunt Bethany and Uncle Lewis, sort of the Aunt Bethany with the sort of the dementia, thing going on, Uncle Lewis. Being kind of angry at her. So let's start with Aunt Bethany. So we'll start with that, played by Mae Questel in the original film. And all right, and I'm gonna play a clip, and it's gonna basically work for both of them because it's when they both essentially come into the movie, kind of back and forth. So this will be kind of for both Uncle Lewis and Aunt Bethany. All right, here we go.
Is your house on fire, Claude?
No, Bethany, those are Christmas lights.
Don't throw me down, Claude.
I'll try not to, Aunt Bethany.
Is this the airport, Claude?
We're here.
Hey, Grizz, me and Bethany figured out the perfect gift for you.
Oh, Uncle Lewis, you didn't have to buy me anything.
Damn it, Bethany, he guessed it.
Oh, that was fun. I love riding in cars. When did you move to Florida? Ellen, are you still dating Claude?
Oh, Aunt Bethany. You know, you shouldn't have done that.
Oh, dear. Did I break wind?
Jesus, did the room clear out, Bethany? Hell no, she means presents. You shouldn't have brought presents.
It isn't every day somebody moves into a new house.
They didn't move into a new house.
Mom?
That's awesome. I could listen to them just bicker and like talk nonsense back and forth like the whole movie. Yeah, it's very funny. So we'll start with the female side of things. So let's start with Aunt Bethany, originally Mae Questel, who's great in the movie. But yeah, I think you guys got some good picks. So let's get it going and see what you guys came up with. So Brian, we'll start with you this time. What you got?
Yeah, this was sort of easy for me. I went with Drew Scribb for my pick. She is a character actor who her mainly was double last year, but she can play the Dixie and to my Lewis, which will be coming up, and I think she will be perfect Bethany upon rewatch.
Okay, Brian goes with June Squibb, who's been popping up quite a bit the last couple of years. All right, Jonathan, what you got?
Yeah, this was initially difficult, but then it was kind of easy at the end. And Bethany is the sweet senile character who offers some hilarious lines, even though she's demented at times. Poor Aunt Bethany. But she's lovable in the end. I mean, you like her. And I went with an actress that is also likable and lovable at that time, with the mid 2000s and mid 2010s. Betty White. Betty White. Yep. Yeah, I think she could capture that sweetness, but also she could be funny simultaneously. And we obviously witnessed that in the Golden Girls show and also The Proposal as well around that time, and some other sitcoms and TV shows. So yeah, I went with Betty White.
Okay. All right, Betty White for Jonathan. All right, Richie, what you got?
Yeah, I went a bit younger than you guys, but I wanted to get someone who's, I think, is still shown later on. It's still got it has got quite comedic chops and can as well when she's like playing the older role, and she's played a kind of a similar role in Bad Moms and Bad Moms 2. I'm gonna go Susan Sarandon. I think Susan Sarandon would kind of would sink her teeth into this role quite well, and I think she'd be a lot of fun. And I think she'd pair it well. I've got to sample Lewis as well. But yeah, Susan Sarandon.
Okay. All right. So Susan Sarandon for Richie. All right. And Jordan, what you got?
Yeah. So I went with one like you really want to like for the character of Aunt May, someone that can really play up the dementia and be like kind of like unintentionally funny. She's just like walking around acting like she's just totally normal and but what she's saying is off the wall and doesn't make any sense to anybody else and and also too like kind of like Aunt Bethany's one of my favorite characters in the movie. So she kind of like enhances the scenes that she's in without completely stealing it though. So that's part of it. So I went with Cloris Leachman for my pick because she has played some senile roles. I mean, she was in that show Raising Hope as the senile old grandma where like half the time she'd be senile, but then like maybe once a week or once every few days, some like switch would like flip, and then she becomes back to normal again. And then like Malcolm in the Middle, also like she was the grandma there, and yeah, like I just think that she plays it up really well, but can still have the kind of innocence about her too. So yeah, Cloris Leachman.
All right. Cloris Leachman. All right, so recapping the picks for this one, Brian went with June Squibb. Jonathan goes with Betty White. Richie's pick of Susan Sarandon, and Jordan's pick of Cloris Leachman for our new Aunt Bethany. All right, so we have some good picks on the table here. It's gonna be a little tricky. All right.
Yeah.
Brian, take your time, please.
I know. Do you guys need another minute?
Yeah.
Like, oh man, upload the Jeopardy music. But
yeah, right.
Ugh. Well, do your best, Brian. What you got?
Yeah, number 3, Susan Sarandon. She's a bit younger than I was thinking for Aunt Bethany. She would be much older. Top 2 was
quick fact check, by the way. I'm gonna throw this out there. Mae Questel in the original movie was 80 years old. Susan Sarandon is currently 79. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, okay.
So people just look better now than they do then. Sorry.
She's a younger look about her. Yeah.
She's a hot 79. That's all.
Yeah. Just throwing that out there. I just fact checked it.
Okay, number 2 is between 2. I have Betty White for my number 2. I do see it. She does some good comedy, especially Hall Cleveland, our community where she makes appearances. But number 1, Cloris Leachman sold me on it. She does play ditzy characters, especially Whitney Hope. You mentioned Jordan and some other TV appearances, and I can see her as Bethany. Yeah, as number 1, Cloris Leachman.
Okay. All right, so Jonathan, what you got?
Number 3, Susan Sarandon. I think she's a little. I think people will not be laughing at her. I think people will be gawking at her and laughing at her. Yeah, I don't think it works. Number 2, boy, the top 2. Leachman, number 2. It's very close. Leachman, she could play that, but I see a little bit of alcoholic behavior, especially from the Malcolm in the Middle. That's kind of distracts me from being or prevents it from being number 1. So I don't see as much likability from that character. Whereas number 1, I picked June Squibb. I think she could portray that likability and also be funny. For example, in Nebraska, an underrated movie, and she could carry on with that really well, and also Thelma. So June Squibb.
Okay, all right, Richie.
Yeah, this is tough, really. But number 3, I got Betty White just because I feel like I've seen her play obviously towards the end of her career, play those similar, kind of. Kooky out there, don't know where you are type characters. It's same with Cloris Leachman, and although they do it well. I just kind of want to see something fresh, and maybe a bit unfair, but better peek behind the scenes. Susan Sarandon, my second pick, because my first pick was my first choice was June Squibb, and I think she did a really good job. So so I will go June Squibb because it is weird that she's having a career breakout and she's She's like 90.
She's like 96 now or something like that. Yeah, and she's
God
getting
bless.
more work than she's ever gotten like in her whole life. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
96. God
Yeah.
bless. Yeah, so hey,
I'm
you
gonna
know,
leave it to the
it can
children. Some
happen
money
with some of
for 'em.
these older actors. Sometimes they get a role or two roles, and they get a second career, you know, later in life. So hey, you know, good for them. All right, Jordan, what you got?
Yeah, for number 3, I have Susan Sarandon. I just think that like even if she's like technically the right age, just when you look at her, she doesn't really scream out like confused old lady vibes to me or like dementia kind of. She just seems like a still confident, like just like full of life kind of person. I don't know. So, and then for number 2, I have Betty White because I think she could do it, but I don't know. Like I've seen so many roles of her, even into her old age, where she really is like with it and quippy and like still and so it's just not quite there. But I think she could pull it off. But it's close. But yeah, I think June Squibb could do it. And I almost chose June Squibb for my pick, but then I'm like well, like Florence Leachman's actually played as a grandmother with a dementia several times, so I went with that. But yeah, but I think that June Squibb could easily do it, and you'd buy it, and you'd be laughing at her too. So yeah.
All right, 3 points for Susan Sarandon, 5 for Betty, 7 for Cloris, and 9 points for June Squibb. So June Squibb is your new Aunt Bethany. I think we'd all be happy with that. She's great.
Yeah.
So, very
Oh, yeah.
funny. All right. So yeah, let's go up to the better half of Aunt Bethany. Let's talk about Uncle Lewis, played by character actor William Hickey. So, William Hickey is great. Yeah.
The
that,
blessing or something.
Blessing.
Yeah.
I always actually knew him as a kid. He's briefly in Major Payne. He's the dean of the school. He's like, "Would you like a tour?
Oh,
of
yes?
School."
Oh,
Remember, he's
yeah.
that guy. You know, he's swatting the flies all over the place. Yeah, yeah. He's been in a bunch of movies, but I already played that clip kind of with both of them. So we'll talk about Uncle Lewis here, William Hickey, and y'all got some good picks for this one too. So this should be interesting. So Jonathan, I believe we'll start with you this time. What you got?
All right. Who can portray grumpiness in a most hilarious comical fashion?
Yeah.
And in that era that I described, I'm not going to say it again, but I think there's one that I think will deliver this performance with a heart of gold. I'm coming, baby. Don Rickles. Yeah. Don Rickles is Uncle Lewis, and oh man, the line that he would deliver is "Go and fetch my stogie." I could hear that from Rickles.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, and he would not even give a fuck, you know, when he burns down a tree, and yeah, he captures grumpiness in a very comical, likable fashion, and it is very difficult for a comedian to do, or any actor to do. So Don Rickles.
All right, Don Rickles for Jonathan. All right, Richie.
Yeah, I want to be a guy who became famous for playing, you know, a grumpy character, and also a guy, yeah, who again you might not see him as old as he is, but I just looked it up, 79. So, yeah, it's one of the most iconic TV characters of all time. I'm gonna go Ed O'Neill. Ed O'Neill it personifies grumpy. I could see him increasingly just getting frustrated, and then I can see the bickering. The bickering between him and Squibb would be amazing. I think I mean I think he's just born to play those sort of grumpy roles. He does them so well. So Ed O'Neill for
All right. Ed O'Neill for Richie. Jordan.
Yeah, so I went with a guy that like is like very well known for probably like several roles of being old and grumpy, but one in particular. I went with Serenity Now. I went with Jerry Stiller for my pick, and like I just think that like he was almost nothing but grumpy on that, and like there's even scenes with him walking around with a stogie in there, the cigar, like yeah, that whole scene, like you're not doing anything productive, Griswold, go fetch me my stogie or whatever, and yeah, but then even being like he's the Zoolander guy that's like kind of like trying to help him
Maury.
out from that one. Yeah, the Maury guy, but then like even seeing like a lot of roles that they had that Ben Stiller documentary that came out, and you see more of his TV stuff, and yeah, like it's he did the kind of like older old man and like grumpy guy in the King of Queens. That one he might add a little more heart to him, but I mean not that much. But yeah, but I think that Jerry Stiller and also could have some great chemistry with June Squibb going back and forth. I think that like if that's going to be our
Tandem.
our Aunt Bethany, then yeah, then Jerry Stiller for Uncle Lewis.
All right, Jerry Stiller. And Brian?
Yeah, for me, I went with a guy who just had his birthday, Dick Van Dyke, for my pick of Uncle Lewis. He could play Grumpy, especially in Mary Poppins as the father for the Mr. Dollar Senior. He could have some hard as well in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, but he can still play old now if he saw Mary Poppins Returns. And he could play Grumpy as well in some roles, so I went with Dick Van Dyke.
All right, Dick Van Dyke. Okay, all right. Your choice is on the table. You got Jonathan's pick of Don Rickles, Richie's pick of Ed O'Neill, Jordan's pick of Jerry Stiller, and Brian's pick of Dick Van Dyke. So that is what's on the table. All right. I don't know you guys. Jonathan, go ahead.
Yeah. No, this is the easiest ranking so far.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Van Dyke. No. I think he's just too likable, too charming, and he doesn't play curmudgeon very well. Even though he kind of plays a bad guy in Night at the Museum, I just didn't buy him in that part. Ed O'Neill, I would just see like old Uncle Al. I mean, that's what I would see from Mary.
Yeah.
But Jerry Stiller, like that was the slam dunk pick, when I heard it, and because of the Seinfeld and the Kings of Queens background, I could see him, walking around.
I've been living here for years. What are you talking about?
Right. Yeah.
Why didn't you just
hat
move in?
on, the coat and the stogie in his mouth, and then he would still not do a flying, what?
No,
when he burns down the tree. So Jerry Stiller.
No, Bethany. Rusty was not in the Navy. Shut up. Yeah, he's just a child.
Number 3, I have Dick Van Dyke. I don't. I know you mentioned Grumpy and Mary Poppins. We just did a recast. I mean, we didn't recast. We did a Wheel of Movies for that. And I don't know. I don't think he comes across as grumpy. I think he's pretty charming. I just don't. I don't know if he can get there. Like I think he's just too lovable. And number 2, I've got Jerry Stiller. I think he'd be a great pick. I haven't seen it I haven't seen nothing lately. I think I need to go back and watch King of Queens. But I do think it's a great pick. But I think Don Rickles is an inspired choice, and I was like, "Damn it, why don't I think of that?" Because he'd be amazing. I went with number 1, Don Rickles.
All right, Jordan.
Yeah. So I have let's see. I have Dick Van Dyke. Yeah, I just don't really see him as really grumpy, but I have Ed O'Neill. So I'm kind of sort of along the same lines as Jonathan. Could just kind of see him as like the like owl, like even in like stuff like Modern Family, I just kind of see him as that. Yeah. But he gets there a little bit in that like Clippers show, but then Don Rickles though, like I can just see him because I mean like he's the stand-up comedian, got a bunch of one-liners and they're vulgar. They're like he's known to be like a total grump. He's just just known to be that kind of way, and that's why you love him as a comedian. So so I gotta go with Don Rickles. Yeah.
So. All right, Brian.
Yeah, number 3 have LD. I do agree, Uncle Al about Bundy, but he does play lovable, especially Modern Family, so I always see it. This is close. Number 2, Don Rickles. I do see it, but he'd be more insulting than he plays some lovable characters like Mitch Peter had Toy Story. But Jordan, you so real Jerry Stiller. I could definitely see him in The Voice. Mm-hmm. Say so right now, especially playing to June Squibb instead of Harris. So Jerry Stiller number 1.
Okay, so Dick Van Dyke 3 points, Ed O'Neill with 5. We got Jerry Stiller with 8, and Don Rickles with 8. So we have a tie. Don Rickles versus Jerry Stiller. So we will go to the comments. I believe
Be okay with either.
Leo already threw one in for Don Rickles at number
Okay.
1. We'll see if we get anybody else wants to comment. Jerry Stiller or Don Rickles for Uncle Lewis. Otherwise, we'll go with Leo as the tiebreaker in the comments. So as of right now, we'll probably go with Don Rickles. So that's what it's going to be. So, all right, there you go.
Yeah, Jordan's pick was great. That was a great pick.
Yeah, Jerry Stiller's a good pick.
Yeah.
I could definitely see both. I
That's
could see
good,
both
yeah.
easily. So, all right.
Like you just see like Don Rickles just because like he would always roast people. So he'd be like Aunt Bethany, who picked out your outfit, Stevie Wonder? I mean, come on, like whatever, just like
And I
throwing
can see
the kind of
Johnson
lines.
thinking of it because Don Rickles worked with Bayway on Hard Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That's true.
So let's go. We're gonna start, and we're gonna go to the kids now. Let's go with Audrey and Rusty. And I'll give you guys a pick. Would you like to do Audrey first or Rusty first?
Let's go Rusty.
I go
You wanna
Rusty.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, let's go Rusty. Sure. All right. We'll go with Rusty first. Then we'll go with that. Johnny Galecki is the well, I won't say the original Rusty because it was a different Rusty in every damn movie. Same with Audrey.
I was hard to do Rusty, so you go
different
for it.
ones in every movie. We're not consistent at all, at least with that casting. All right, let's get a quick look at Rusty, and then we'll get back to it.
We're gonna have the best looking house in town, Russ. I've always wanted to do this.
It's a lot of lights, Dad.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's a lot of work too, but if I'm out in the cold and I'm committed to decorating the house, I'm gonna do it right, and I'm gonna do it big. You want something you can be proud of, don't you?
Yeah, I guess so.
Sure you do.
I think you might be overdoing it, Dad.
Russ, when was the last time I overdid anything?
That's a good point.
And he goes on to list them all. He's
everything.
like bar mitzvah, birthdays,
right.
like New Year's. Yeah.
All right, so we'll
Vacations.
Rusty, Johnny Galecki with that, and we'll see what you guys came up with for your new Rusty. So, Richie, I believe we're starting with you this time.
All right.
Yeah.
Might swing out a little bit, but
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, casting like the child actor is always hard because I'm like, how many kid actors do I know? But when I looked, I was like, yeah, I think this fits. I think he fits that sort of look and the vibe. So went with Gatton Matarazzo from Stranger Things. I think he fits the overall look and vibe, and yeah, I don't know. I could see, I could just and he's quite like obviously all the Stranger Things cast quite hot at the moment, and yeah, and he's very likable, and he's got that kind of very, but also that I can see him playing that sort of like childhood like ignorance, but also kind of calling his head out and shit as well. But it's just, and he can be like also like sort of charming dude. So, and I think he play it off well with we've got for the sister. So you get good time at Matarazzo.
All right. Matarazzo for Richie. Jordan.
Yeah, so I went with. So like I was just thinking, who like out of the like a child actor, because it is tough just like throwing out a child actor. You got to get like the right age. You want to have the like kid who like really wants to like be there and help his dad, but at the same time he's like, gee, Dad, like you're an idiot, or you're like a like whatever, like he just kind of is like slightly embarrassed, but he loves his dad and he wants to be there for him. So I went with a late 80s, early 90s Macaulay Culkin for mine. So yeah. So from things like I mean, obviously Home Alone, but like even like getting a little older with like My Girl, or just like those, Page Master, like that kind of stuff. The Good Son, even Richie Rich to an extent. So and yeah, like I just feel like he has the kind of innocence, but also like he's funny and like he can deliver lines. He can deliver the little kind of quips back and forth, and like kind of go toe to toe with a Clark Griswold and still kind of hold his own. But I think back then though, like maybe he would have been a scene stealer, but maybe not so much, because if you get like a big enough person like a Chevy Chase to be Clark, then he's gonna have the spotlight. But yeah, but Macaulay Culkin for Rusty.
All right, Brian.
Yeah, I went with actor who the Charleston 90s, but I can't do it now. I went with Joseph Gordon-Levitt from the 90s. Yeah, he could definitely play Rusty well. He could definitely hold his own, especially in Agent Yellowfield or also in other things. So I think he could match well with Chevy Chase. He could find the heart, the humor, and the family aspect. So Joseph Gordon-Levitt is my pick.
Okay, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, JGL for Brian and Jonathan.
I got to be honest, this was the hardest one for me to fit in my era, because there was not that many like prominent child actors, and also when I looked him up, Galecki was kind of starting, with his career. So I went with a kid that was starting around that time, and I went with Eddie from It. So I'm gonna go Jack Dylan Grazer. Yeah, because I don't want him stealing the roles from the main characters. I want him to be grounded enough to convey that relatable, childish embarrassment that the parents are going through just to capture the perfect Christmas, or the definition of a perfect Christmas. And I want it to be like as normalistic and funny and quietly funny as possible. So that's why I went with Jack Dylan Grazer as
Okay. All right, Jack Dylan Grazer. Okay, gotta recap the picks here one more time. We got Richie's pick of getting Matarazzo. We've got Jordan's pick of Macaulay Culkin. Brian's pick of Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and we got Jonathan's pick of Jack Dylan Grazer. All right, so that is what's on the table here for this one. Richie, how would you rate these?
Tough. Number 3, I think I'm going to go with Macaulay Culkin. I think you maybe undercut your argument when you said he'd be a scene stealer. I agree. I think he would. I think he's too. Almost think he's too like famous at this point, and I think it'd be almost distracting. But yeah, it's just this type of vibe he brings to the table. Two. I'm going to go. I'll go Jack Dylan Grazer. I think I like him. I haven't seen like a lot from him though. Yeah. So at least number 1, Jonathan Gordon-Levitt. I think he could like bring that groundedness, also bring that humor and kind of in that innocence of a kid. When I've seen him in younger roles, but like with that and like Third Rock from the Sun. So I'm gonna go JGL here.
JGL. Okay. Jordan.
Yeah, for me, mine's kind of similar. I mean, I have Jack Dylan Grazer for number 3. I mean, I think he might be able to do it. I just feel like maybe I need to see a little more from him. But and then my number 2, I have Gaten Matarazzo. I think he could really do it, and like he could pull it off. But yeah, like I think Joseph Gordon-Levitt, that's an inspired pick. I think that's really good, especially Angels in the Outfield. I mean, you think about that. You think about a little bit Third Rock from the Sun. I mean, because I think he's playing like a teenager, and I think Rusty's kind of a teenager. So so yeah, and then and so yeah, JGL for number 1.
All right, Brian.
Number 3 with Game Matarazzo. Though I haven't seen him a lot except for Stranger Things. Number 2, Macaulay Culkin, because I can see more of the Kevin than the Rusty for me. And number 1 with Jack Dylan Grazer, because I can see him provide the humor, the heart, especially in the Shazam films. So Jack Dylan Grazer is my number 1.
All right, and Jonathan.
Number 3, I went with Culkin. I think he was too big of an actor, especially as a kid. And I also could see his character again from Uncle Buck. I mean, basically, Culkin almost steals the movie. from John Candy and all, so, especially with his quippy lines and exchanges. 2, Matarazzo, I could see that as well. A very good choice. But JGL, that was it. JGL, I think because of that, the Angels in the Outfield character for me, and he could capture that innocence, but also he could capture embarrassment quite well. So, JGL.
All right. So your points: Macaulay Culkin with 4, Matarazzo with 5, Dylan Grazer with 6, and JGL with 9 points. So Brian, nice with
2 for 2 so far.
So Brian's got 2, Jonathan's got 2. So running away with this one. So far, we'll see. Plenty of time. We got 4 more roles to cast here, and we're getting to some tricky ones. So this should be interesting. Still, we got plenty to go. Let's go with the sister half. Let's talk about Audrey in this movie, played by Juliette Lewis. I couldn't really find a good clip for her, so I apologize. I work with what I can find, kind of online. I couldn't really find like a standalone clip of her, but it's Juliette Lewis, so we're all familiar with her. So we'll go around the horn.
If the clip were online, I think it would have been the kitchen scene with the.
I was trying to find a full kitchen scene, and I couldn't. I couldn't find anybody that had, and I'm not very good with editing, so I apologize. And even
have you ever tried sleeping in the same bedroom as your brother?
No, that's the one.
I tried to find that to clip it, and I just couldn't. So I apologize. I do the best I can, guys. So,
or you could have done when they went to go see her, or at the beginning when they go get their Christmas tree, and they're like, "Isn't it beautiful, Audrey?" And he's like, "She'll see it later." Clark,
the clips I found of that, it was at like people like a full 3-minute clip. I can't play a 3-minute clip just to get to that. And I'm not very good at editing. I'm gonna work on it. In 2026, see if I can. But anyway, so let's talk about Juliette Lewis for Audrey and see what you guys came up with. So we're back around to Jordan this time. So who's your new Audrey?
Yeah. I just thinking of like Juliette Lewis and like how she is as an actor, especially in this role, just being forget what she called me, little maggot or your little something. He calls him something, but the like or a little slug. I don't know, something like that. But fungus. Fungus. Yeah, that's it, little fungus or something. But just being the one that's like really like annoyed, doesn't want the family there, but also just playing like a typical kind of teenager that's just kind of trying to just do her own thing and doesn't want her personal space invaded, and like also like she's kind of like seems a little bit mature, but without really like losing her youth kind of thing. Like she still kind of has it, but she's more mature. I went with Haley Steinfeld for my pick. So, and specifically from like about 2010 to 2016 for that. So you think of like True Grit, you think of like Ender's Game or like the Pitch Perfect movie, even Edge of 17, just like all those. And I think she does a really great job playing the kind of like stressed out kind of like too cool kind of teenager, but also with a little heart still in there. So yeah, Haley Steinfeld.
All right. Brian, what you got?
Yeah, I went with stuff for the 2000s. She was a teenager. Amanda Bynes for my pick. She could definitely pull an Audrey with her snarky attitude, some sass, and some heartfelt, especially a Big Fat Liar or Undateable. She could, and also she's a man. She could play a more mature character. So I have Amanda Bynes for my pick.
All right, Brian went with Amanda Bynes for this one. Okay, Jonathan.
Okay. Yes, Audrey has heart. She has, some deep connection with their family, especially towards the end. But come on, she's a snarky teenager in the end. I mean, every teenage boy and girl goes through that. She gets snarky, sarcastic, witty, and insults little brothers and just, says things that she should not say out loud. And I went with an actress that can portray a teenager, especially around the 2010s, very well, even though she would look a little older, but she still looks younger. I think the perfect actress who could portray that snarkiness is Aubrey Plaza. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, Plaza. I mean, you can hear the lines coming from Plaza. I mean, you just hear that like perfectly. And that's why I had to find like an actress. It was between 2 actresses. In my mind, one was already mentioned, but I think Plaza could handle snarkiness the perfect amount quite well. So, Plaza.
All right, Aubrey Plaza for Jonathan and Richie.
Yeah, my pick, like, again, I sort of always go sort of like modern, unless, yeah, most of the time. But and my pick is sort of like, she's blowing up a bit at the moment, but like, and she's, yeah, sort of played characters that aren't like necessarily like full on snarky, but she's known for having snark. I went up with Sophia Lillis. Like she's had like, if like she's Nancy Drew in the TV show. She's got like snarky moments there. I think like she's got sort of great, she's got charisma. I think she's out of that sort of it cast. I think she's sort of the one that's sort of out of the kids that was sort of going to blow up the most. I think she's just really. I think she's got great comedic timing, and I think she can portray that snarkiness. She does so in it occasionally when she needs to, I think I think she fit in well here. She's not like I mean, she's 23, but I think she's not that old enough. She's not like old enough, like too old to like kind of age out of like teenage characters yet. So I think she could still fit right in. So yeah.
All right, Sophia Lillis. All right, and going around and recapping these, we got Jordan's pick of Haley Steinfeld. We got Brian's pick of Amanda Bynes, Jonathan's of Aubrey Plaza, and Richie's pick of Sophia Lillis on the table. So, all right, there we go. So, Jordan, what you got for this ranking?
So little known fact: Sophia Lewis is actually related to Juliette Lewis. No.
Lillis.
No.
Lillis.
Lillis. I thought they said Lewis. Well, anyways, I'm not familiar with that actress.
I know.
Like at all. I don't even know her last name. I kind of recognize the face, but I don't know anything about her. Sorry. So it's just not. That's on me for not really like knowing who she is. So I got to put her at number 3. But for number 2, I have Aubrey Plaza, because yes, she could do it. She's too old. Like she was in her first role. She was 25 when she was in like in 30 Rock and for a little bit, and then Parks and Rec and that kind of stuff. So
the to-do list.
Yeah, but
she plays a teenager.
That is true, but she's even kind of too old to be doing that. Like at that point. But anyways, even though the movie's good, yeah. But Amanda Bynes though, yeah, like I think that it really worked, and like things that like the Amanda show, but that might even be a little young. But you go to like What I Like About You, she was in that, and then like some of her early kind of like She's the Man, and like some of those like earlier movies and stuff that she had. I think that she could pull it off. So I'll go Amanda Bynes.
Okay, all right, Brian.
The number 3, Haley Steinfeld, don't really see her as just a bit older right now to play it.
But I said
he said 2010s.
Oh,
2010s is what I said.
There.
Yeah, you can specify, and he said 2010s.
Okay. Number 2, Sophie Lillis. I do see it. Like she's sort of like unknown, except for the It movies and I did join the Nancy Drew show. But number 1, Aubrey Plaza. I could really see her as Audrey, especially said, what now? Especially as the character April in Parks and Rec. So number 1, Aubrey Plaza.
Okay. All right, gentlemen.
We're gonna be all over the place, actually. Number 3, I have Amanda Bynes. Yeah, I see snarkiness, but I just see goofiness, and I don't see Audrey as goofy at all. She's kind of like this monotonous, bored teenager, and I don't see Audrey as a goofy teenager. So yeah, I put Amanda Bynes number 3. Sophia Lillis. Sophia Lillis, number 2.
Lillis is what it is. Oh,
Lillis. Yeah, I see that actually. I could see a little snarkiness, especially that scene in the bathroom in It, where she was asking about the bully. The bully's question is like, "Is she a little what or whatever?" Before she gets bullied by throwing the trash onto her head. So yeah, I could see that a little bit, and yeah, I could see a little groundedness in her character as Audrey. And number 1, Haley Steinfeld, because You said the movie. I was waiting for it, and it was Edge of 17. Edge of 17, that was the one that I could see a little snarkiness. I could see a little humor in there, and I could see a little humanity. And I think she conveyed all of that in Audrey. So, yeah, Steinfeld.
Yep. Okay, so this is all over the place for this one.
Well, Sophia Lillis, she was in the movie It. So that's what I know.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, she's in it. Reggie?
This is all I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not spelling with anybody. Number 3, like I know she's played a teenager. I just don't see Audrey. I don't know. I don't see it with Audrey Plaza. I just think she's. I don't know. She does do sarcasm well. Even with into Duelist, I thought she was 12 for that. But she does. I like her a lot. Number 2, I'm going back and forth here. I'll go Haley Steinfeld because why I love it. Edge 17. I just want to, and I think she's great. I want to go to bat for number 1. I think Amanda Bynes, even though she's had issues, but I think she's probably had more. I think she has more sort of range. You probably would think I think she could play that more that snarkiness. I think she played. She played snarky and sort of Hairspray, and she could, and there was other roles where she could get snarky, Big Fat Lie. So I'll go Amanda Bynes here.
Okay. So nobody really ran away with this one. It's pretty close. We got Sophia Lillis with 5, Aubrey Plaza and Haley Steinfeld with 6, and just barely 7 points to Brian again. Amanda Bynes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I would have given it to you, Jordan, man. Steinfeld's a really good
Yeah.
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 All right. Let's run again that one. All right, guys. Let's get serious. Let's get serious here. All right. This is the real, we're gonna get to Clark, but let's talk Cousin Eddie. Played, of course, brilliantly by Randy Quaid in the films. And let's get a little Cousin Eddie. Of course, we have to. So here we go.
That's a honey of a tree, Clark. You real?
Yeah. I dug it out of the ground myself.
That a fact.
Hey, get out of there. Stop. No.
No, don't worry about it, Clark. Little tree water ain't gonna hurt him. Before we left, he drank a half a quart of Pennzoil. Boy, when he lifted his leg the next morning, whoa.
Eddie, if he drinks the water out of there, the tree's gonna dry up. Come on, out of there.
Snot.
Out.
You get out of there. Come, get in the kitchen now. Get in the kitchen there and get you something to eat. Go on. He's cute, ain't he? Only problem is he's got a little bit of Mississippi leg hound in him. If the mood catches him right, he'll grab your leg and just go to town. You don't want him around if you wear short pants, if you know what I mean. A word of warning, though, if he does lay into you, it's best to just let him finish.
I was waiting for that moment that touches that thing, and then
it falls apart. Yeah, it just breaks.
That's how you share full scene.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So
it's good,
Brian. You killed the joke. I was gonna say. So let's talk about cutting. Okay, wait. Bonus clip.
Merry Christmas! Dinner was full!
You gotta be patient, Brian. I got it. I got you covered. You're killing my jokes. Okay.
Eddie has no boundaries.
Yeah. I'm getting there. You think I wouldn't play Shitters Full? Come on, of course.
Yeah,
I'll get there. I should play something else too. All right, but yeah, let's talk Cousin Eddie. This is a big one, and let's see what you guys came up with for this one. So, all right, Brian, we're gonna start with you. Quit killing my jokes. All right, go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, I went with actor who had the subtle charm of it with the voice. I wrote David Bryant for my pick. He could definitely pull a Cousin Eddie, especially see role of Eastbound Down. He made chaotic roles, some good humor there, especially see his comedies. And I could definitely see him in that role. The shirts full. David Bryant is my pick.
Okay, David Bride for Brian. All right, Jonathan, what you got?
Okay, so Cousin Eddie, he has a heart full of gold. He's goofy, but he's also disgusting. He's a slob. And yeah, he's driving there an RV right there on the driveway.
Yeah, right there's an RV.
But even though he has some good intentions, his execution is pretty poor. I mean, intentionally he kidnaps the boss, Frank. So I went with an actor who could play goofy, but also he can be a little grounded in a way and disgusting. Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
Zach Galifianakis.
I could do it.
Yeah, he could convey that disgusting factor, that those attributes well, but also he could have heart, in like the Hangover movies and Up in the Air and Due Date, and I think that he can do it. He can convey all those attributes very well and be also funny. So yeah, Galifianakis.
All right, Richie.
I always feel like I go very different to you guys, but like I went with a guy like that. Yeah, he's definitely got like comedy chops, but a guy. One thing that Eddie is also he's loud and obnoxious, and a guy who could portray that well, and I think could in the right role. I don't think he doesn't take himself serious. He doesn't take himself that seriously. He wouldn't be afraid to get goofy in the right circumstance. I went with Bill Burr. I think Bill Burr would sort of. I think would have fun with this role. Just as that loud, obnoxious. That's a loud, obnoxious sample, and I think he would have. Just really. I think he'd deliver the one-liners really. Will deliver the one-liners really well, and I could just see him, but sort of. Almost like because he's sort of known as like the kind of the cynical guy. I feel like it's like, I don't know. I think he could probably, I reckon he would have fun with a lot of fun with his role, and I also just keep it grounded in a way. I think he's actually at the end of it. I think he's a decent actor. That doesn't get enough credit for his acting, and I think he would. The comedy and like the seriousness would actually blend together well. So Bill Burr.
All right, Bill Burr and Jordan. All right, round us out here.
Yeah, so I went with the guy who is very like goofy. He's gotten gross before. He can do slapstick very well. But I went with Daniel Stern for my pick. So, and I think that like you look at like things like I mean obviously Home Alone, but then. Because like even Home Alone 2, he's really getting gross with the paint and like all that he's covered in all kinds of stuff. Then like Rookie of the Year, he's like the goofy guy like all over the but he gets like when he gets like stuck in the cage and he can't get out of there, or like he's like gets like caught between the two doors and that. But then like bushwhacked also. But then he can bring like the heart too, because he was in that Christmas Story too, and although that movie may not be great, he does play like a good kind of like father kind of family man and with some heart, and he has like sincerity to really sell the jokes, and also too like he kind of has like a lovable kind of loser energy, which like Cousin Eddie kind of has, where he's just like he's a loser and he's funny and kind of gross, but you still love him, and so yeah, and also I think that they can gain the sympathy. I can see him going at the end, kidnapping the boss and like bringing it back with good intentions and all that. So So yeah, Daniel Stern.
Daniel Stern. All right. So, all right. Recapping.
It's a funny picture of him doing that.
Danny McBride. We got Zach Galifianakis, Bill Burr, and Daniel Stern all on the table for this one. So you guys
I'll be
named it?
honest. I don't know where to go with this.
Okay.
I don't know either.
All right.
Yeah, same.
I know where to go for mine, but
all right. Well, do your best, guys. I don't have to think about it. I'm just hosting. Brian, what you got?
Number 3.
I'm just happy to be here.
I'm just happy to be here and
Yeah.
run the board here and do what I got to do. That's right.
Yeah, for me, my number 3 is Daniel Stern because I see him more from Home Alone than Eddie. Like I see him more above the Eddie Marv than a Eddie type character. Number 2, Bill Burr. I could see as the wacky cousin there, especially with his comedy. Number 1, Zach Galifianakis. I could definitely see with the heart he has in some films and the humor. And one of my other choices would have gone with. So Galifianakis is number 1.
All right, Jonathan.
Okay, I have a little story for a moment. So my second choice would have been McBride, actually. But thinking about it, I went McBride number 3. Here's why. So I think there's like one character he portrays with a heart of gold in his movies. I think it's the up in the air character. Whereas his other movies, he plays dislikable characters. I mean, think about it. Like up in the not up in the air, Pineapple Express. This Is the End. Other movies like Eastbound and Down. Yeah, stuff like that. But I just don't. I haven't seen him play like a likable character, in any role. In my opinion. So McBride is number 3. 2, Bill Burr. Bill Burr, that's a good choice, actually. I thought about it, and I was like, okay, he could play Cousin Eddie really well. He could be grounded, even though he cannot carry it over from his loud and obnoxious performances. But like the King of Staten Island, he could be grounded, but he also could be funny. Whereas Daniel Stern, number 1, actually, Brian, you need to watch more of his movies because Rookie of the Year, that was the one that for me that conveys the heart of gold because yes, I could see the Home Alone shtick, but I think the heart of gold is from the Rookie of the Year movie because he could convey that really well. And then in the end where he kidnaps the boss, he could say like, I could appreciate that, that he's doing a good intention, a good deed, but it's poorly executed. So he goes up to bat for his family no matter what. So that's why I have Daniel Stern at number 1. I think he can convey that sentimental value very well.
All right. Richie?
Yeah. It's just, so I'm going to go 3, Danny McBride. For much the same reasons, and I think he plays sort of much the same character, but he's pretty much he's the arsehole, and it's like, and it's very much intended that he's an arsehole. It's not like the ignorance Number 2, I'll go with Zach Galifianakis. I think it's a good solid pick. And I think he would do it really well. But I'm going to champion for Daniel Stern as well. I think a good blueprint for that, and something you didn't mention, is Bushwhacked. Like a guy who who's probably an unsavory character because he's a criminal, but he's tasked with leading this group of kids, and but then you find that he's got that heart there, but he's just not going about things maybe in the right way. So I think that kind of fits Eddie's character a little bit as well. So I'm going to Daniel Stern.
But Anna forgot to mention that I totally forgot about it for more of the heart. He was the dad in that movie Whip It. So he had a lot of heart in that too. So
the gymnast, no, not the gymnastics.
The roller derby movie.
Drew Barrymore. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and like Elliot Page.
Yeah, I forgot about that movie. Yeah.
All right, Jordan.
For me, I just have Bill Burr at my number 3. I think it's the wrong energy. I just don't really see it. I can see him being funny, but I just don't really see him like everything that Eddie has for that. I don't really see Bill Burr doing slapsticky stuff either. But my number 2, I have Danny McBride because I do think that he can maybe pull it off, but yeah, he just does a lot of the same character in all the movies. Like I'm super cool, but then like vulgar, and then but he ends up not being as cool as he thinks he is, like that kind of thing. But yeah, but Zach Galifianakis, like I could actually see that, and I do think that I mean, I'm trying to think of like where he plays kind of like likable characters. Maybe Birdman. I don't know. Like I'm just trying to.
Oh,
think.
he's an awesome man.
I don't know.
I said like Due Date, The Hangover. He's likable. I mean, he's a likable.
Yeah. The Hangover, but he plays like a bunch of like different roles, different characters, masterminds. I mean, the Dinner for Schmucks. I mean, just it's like there's a lot of different roles. Yeah, Due Date, all that stuff. So I think that he could pull it off, and he's also a little gross sometimes. So and or like Baskets too. Like if you look at that TV show Baskets too, he's kind of like the lovable loser, like in that too. So that kind of fits. So yeah.
All right, 4 points for Danny McBride, 5 for Bill Burr, and close. Daniel Stern was 7. Zach Galifianakis with 8. So Zach Galifianakis is your new cousin Eddie. So close one there, very very close. All right, Zach Galifianakis pulling it out. All right, well, let's get to the parents. The only consistent casting in all of the vacation movies besides Eddie as well, but Ellen Griswold, of course, Beverly D'Angelo in this movie. So, and yeah, the sap scene. I couldn't find like a decent version of that. That wasn't like.
Oh yeah, that would have been.
Yeah, I tried to find that, so I'll at least get a fun quote from her real quick for about 12 seconds. So.
Well, I don't know what to say except it's Christmas and we're all in misery.
Ellen, are you smoking again?
No.
No.
Yeah. Very relatable. Yeah.
We're all in misery. Yeah.
We're all in misery. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, let's talk about Beverly D'Angelo. We're all familiar with her. She's in all the movies. Beverly D'Angelo, the original Ellen Griswold. And let's see what you guys came up with for this one. So Jonathan, I believe you're first on this one.
In my opinion, this is the most difficult role to cast because it could be almost any actress, to be quite honest. So good luck to us all. So Ellen is like the patient parent. She's the patient one who could tolerate almost anything, especially married to Clark for many years after their shenanigans. But she also has a calm demeanor. She's restrained. She's agreeable. She's the voice of reason. But also she has a little bit of she's actually a little funnier than you think when you really pay close attention. But also, she's so lovable and warm, especially not just in that movie, but also previous vacation movies.
It's our first kidnapping.
Yeah, it's our first kidnapping.
Yeah.
And also, she's kind of sexy. So, boy, this was hard. I'll be honest, because when thinking about it, in that area that I put up aside, I'll say it again, mid-2000s, mid-2010s, I think the one actress that could pull it off the most is Carla Gugino. Yeah. Oh my God, Austin, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, right.
What is our clips?
It's on the other side. Yeah, well, you have to do brands on here. So if I switch to the other brand that has all the sound effects, I would have to. It would switch the background, so it would do that. But I mean, I can't. I can do that real quick while I'm on the other one.
Anyway,
flip back over to Christmas Vacation. There we go.
Beverly D'Angelo is attractive.
She is attractive. Carla Gugino but Carla Gugino is attractive as well, and but also she could play the mother very well. I mean, she could play the patient one, but also she could be a little funny, like the Spy Kids movies. And she is kind of sexy as well. Well, actually, she is really sexy. But yeah, so I'm gonna go Gugino. Go ahead, guys. Take it away. Let's look at the picture here. Oh,
all right.
Okay.
Gary Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at me.
You want to give me the win?
Might have to delete my history after this.
No.
But yeah, no, that's good. I will. Let's go for someone who is quite, it's definitely hot in my opinion, and also quite like it's got that comedic timing, but also I could see be quite patient, but also very wholesome. But then kind of you throw up the one-liners and be very funny when she needs to be, and then kind of be at her wits' end and kind of be that exasperated. I went with Julie Bowen. I think she'd be. I think she'd be. I think she'd be quite funny. I think she would pair well alongside who I've got to play Clark. I think she's just a generally great actress. Who's got obviously great comedic timing. She's just generally funny. In general, she's really funny. I think I think she could deliver that sort of overwhelm mum vibes and overwhelm the situation, but also kind of keep it grounded, but by trying to keep people calm as well, while also trying not to pull apart herself. So yeah, I want Julie Bowen.
Okay, all right, Julie Bowen. Jordan.
Yeah. So I went with one. So my picks come from all different eras. I never stick to one era. So I went with one that I've been watching a lot of her movies lately, and I think she's really, really good. But I went with the late '80s, early '90s Kathleen Turner for me. So yeah, and I think of like things from like Peggy Sue Got Married, or like Serial Mom. I think that's a really good one. She's definitely hilarious and a bit sexy, because I mean she was the voice of from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and so she's got that kind of sexy kind of body heat. Yeah, there's that too. And then also to kind of bring back the mom stuff, she was in A Simple Wish too. She was in that. So, but yeah, but I think that she got the comedy down. She's got the look down. She just got like the whole package for me when it comes when thinking of an Ellen Griswold. But you're right. This was more of like a difficult one to cast though. But she also really sells the humor too. She can like do it and really sell it to me. So, and like keep her husband kind of grounded too. I think she does that well too. So yeah, Kathleen Turner.
All right, Brian.
Yeah, when I was searching for choosing the role, I went back to how old Muisic was back when the movie was made to one now. I went with Emma Stone, both 37 at the time and now. And she could definitely provide the humor. You see her in Poor Things or Easy A. She does have the humor in Superbad too. She could definitely keep her husband calm for my pick coming up. And I could definitely see her as Ellen Griswold, so I picked Emma Stone.
All right. Yeah, Stone. All right. So recapping the picks here, got Jonathan's pick of Carla Gugino.
All right, let's keep on.
All right. Okay.
All right. Sorry, I was mesmerized for a second. Julie Bowen.
I thought we were going to linger on that one for a moment.
And you guys probably thought I was frozen. No, I'm not frozen. I was.
Frozen is frozen.
Yeah, right. I was Stone. So, all right, Jonathan, what you got?
Okay.
Can't vote for your own pick. Sorry.
Unfortunately, I cannot. Unfortunately, also this is easy. 3 Turner, because even though she's funny, I just see her portraying evil mothers, and I don't think Ellen Griswold is evil at all. And for example, The War of the Roses, I think she really takes the. She basically destroys the house. She does.
You're kind of cutting in and out, Jordan. You're kind of underwater. Kind of cutting in and out.
Oh, okay. She doesn't keep her husband in check. Yeah, so Turner, number 3. I don't think she works at all. 2, Emma Stone. I think she's too big for this role. I think Beverly D'Angelo wasn't as big at that time, especially only just in the vacation movies. But yeah, Emma Stone is just too big for this character. And number 1, Julie Bowen. That's a great pick, actually. I like that choice. She could play Claire Dunphy from Modern Family, yes. But if she escapes from that Claire Dunphy character, she can actually play grounded really well, like the Happy Gilmore character, the first movie, and a little bit of the second movie. little spoiler alert. But yeah, Bowen could do it justice. So Julie Bowen, great pick, Richie.
Yeah.
All right.
Mike.
Yeah. 3, I had Kathleen Turner. I haven't just seen her in with that vibe. Also, I haven't seen a lot of like Kathleen Turner movies, so I just don't have a lot to go off. Unfortunately, that's just a me thing. Emma Stone, I don't, but I think she's too. I think she's too big, like too like big of an actress. But also, I just don't see her as like that sort of. And I don't see her as like a backseat writer, or I just don't see her playing exasperated mum roles. And I just think she's sort of gone past that. I think she's sort of getting more. I think she's to this point. She's just going to be more like playing more weirder, like maybe more serious sort of roles that have comedic edge to them. Sort of like you're going, yeah. I don't know. I don't see her doing like being. I just don't see her in that role. But yeah, Carla Gugino, not just because oh my god, that is she is. Look, if I was in like if I was like in school and I was friends with her like his like son or daughter or whatever, I'd come over all the time. I'd be like, hey, how's your mum doing? Can I come over? How's she doing? I just want to stop coming over. It's 3 a.m. All right, fair enough. But beyond that, I think she's got comedic timing, and she's like, I think I've seen her get really frustrated if get with other characters, and she plays it really well. And yeah, I think she's really good. So yeah, I'll go Carol.
I mean, she does have that kind of vibe. I mean, that yeah. I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, Jordan.
It's an acronym. Let's just put it.
Yeah. Starts with an M. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. For my number 3, I just have Emma Stone. I just don't see it. I kind of feel like I don't know like if I can remember any time she's played a mom. Like I don't know. She probably has, but I just don't even like remember that. But and then number 2, I have Carla Gugino. I think she could do it, and I think she's really good. I'm like familiar with like some roles that just don't fit the vibe, but the more that I think about it, I think she could really pull it off. I'm more familiar with her like Watchmen, Son-in-Law. I don't know. Like I think she was in like San Andreas maybe, but
yes, she was.
Yeah,
She was.
yeah. So yeah, but yeah, Julie Bowen though, I think that's is a great pick because I mean, Modern Family to me just really sells it, and then also being like the person who can keep Clark grounded, being like calm, Sparky, and all that stuff, like the with the Happy Gilmore stuff and the Hubie Halloween and all that stuff. I can kind of see it because he's like kind of keeping his.
I was going to mention that, yeah.
Just grounded and almost being like the straight person, but also just a little like some little touches of humor in there here and there, So yeah, Julie Bowen.
All right, Brian.
Number 3, we had Captain Terror. I agree with you. I haven't seen a whole lot of work except for Peggy Sue and Roger Rabbit. Number 2. Number 2, Carla Gugino. I do see it. She does play a mom in the Spy Kids films, and I do enjoy her there. But yeah, I do agree with Jordan. Number 1, Julie Bowen. I could definitely see the mom aspects from our family, and she could definitely keep Clark down, especially if she keep Alexander calm and Happy Gilmore. She could definitely keep Clark down, and she also played Mother Hubie Halloween. So number 1, Julie Bowen.
That's a good point, actually.
That is Kathleen Turner 3, Emma Stone 5, Carla was 7, and Julie Bowen. Richie, you got one.
There you
Julie
go,
Bowen.
Richie.
There you go.
Oh, well.
Hey,
we're not going to see
right.
Carla again, but hey,
Yeah.
Julie's pretty.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, me and Johnny just want to have another sleepover. I know we had one, 8 weeks in a row. Can we have like a 9th one? Just
Okay, so before we get to Clark, I looked at Emma Stone's filmography. She has not played a mother yet.
Not yet. It's interesting why she hasn't, because she's old enough to do it. So, huh?
I mean, yeah, I thought I was looking at The Favorite. I was like, no, she hasn't played a mother yet. No.
She probably will soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, soon.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get to the top dog. Let's get to Clark Griswold, of course, played by Chevy Chase, and I'll play a quick clip for Clark. Here we go.
Where do you think you're going? Nobody's leaving. Nobody's walking out on this fun, old-fashioned family Christmas. No, we're all in this together. This is a full-blown 4-alarm holiday emergency here. We're gonna press on, and we're gonna have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny fucking Kaye. And when Santa squeezes his fat white ass down that chimney tonight, he's gonna find the jolliest bunch of assholes this side of the nut house. You're goofy. Don't piss me off, Art.
Clark, it's over.
Not according to Santa's watch, it isn't.
Now, come on, son.
Stay out of this, Dad.
Clark, I think it's best if everyone just goes home before things get worse.
Worse? How could they get any worse? Take a look around you, Ellen. We're at the threshold of hell.
The threshold of
You're
hell.
goofy. Yeah.
All right. So let's see what you guys got for Clark W. Griswold, as he likes to call himself when he introduced himself. So, Richie, we'll start with you. What do you got?
Yeah, when thinking about Clark Griswold, you want someone who can sort of portray that Arrested Development, because he's like really Clark Griswold's like a big man child who just has like that sort of like their Christmas, like that kind of kid wonder in his eye. Someone who can who's got that ignorance, who can drive people crazy, but also got that heart to him, but also can you can see like bubbly under the surface, can get really frustrated and go on in a great rants, just like what we saw. I went with Steve Carell. I think he'd be a great Clark Griswold. I think his role as Michael Scott. I think that proves that they could do it. I think he's got that, like, he also has that sort of that dad vibe, but that willful ignorance vibe where he's been great at he's great at slapstick, great at being goofy in like 40-year-old version. I think he I can see him playing off well with like Julie Bowen. So Steve Carell for Clark Griswold.
All right, Steve Carell for Richie's pick. All right, Jordan.
Yeah, so like I'm just trying to think of like all the things that Clark embodies. I mean, he's just like the guy who wants to impress his family and like go to great lengths to do that. And he always optimistic, but he's like under all this pressure and everything. But then he's also like hilarious, and he can have like the facial expressions, like the wide eyes and all of that. But he has heart, and he also does the slapstick very well, especially like Chevy Chase. He's known for being pretty slapsticky. So I went with someone who I feel like could embody all of that. I went with Jason Bateman for my pick, because I think that I can see him just going crazy. But yeah, I think that's from what is that from? It I thought it was Christmas Party.
Arrested Development.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But like Arrested Development.
Carry on.
Yeah, so that's a great one though.
A Murderville mystery. Who killed Santa?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, Murderville holiday special. Yeah,
it's actually really good. Yeah, it's like all like improv. It's good. Yeah, but and you see him like first and foremost trying to impress the family in Arrested Development. His family's driving him nuts, and like he's just going crazy and being brought to the brink. But also Horrible Bosses. Or even Ozark to an extent. I know it's a little darker, but he was still trying to like do right by his family and really like still be the impressive dad. But yeah, just or like Game Night too, like really showing his comedy chops there too. But I also think though that he can have a lot of heart to him too, and so I can see him up there like on the ladder trying to put up lights and like being obsessive and like and like all that stuff. And also the Horrible Bosses aspect just like kind of plays into it, where like he gets really fed up with the boss like Clark does in these movies. So yeah, I went with Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman. All right, Brian.
Sorry to pivot to Jordan's pick. I went with Ryan Reynolds for my pick of Clark Griswold.
Oh.
Yeah, he could provide the sarcastic humor. He could do some. He could definitely go rants, especially in some movies, especially just Friends. He could go some rants there, placing sarcastic characters. Even some physical comedy. If you see Free Guy, he does a good stops it there. And I went, so I'll see how it goes for Ryan Reynolds for my pick.
Okay. All right, Ryan Reynolds for Brian. All right, and Jonathan.
Okay. So, yes, he's kind of a man child, but he's all going to great lengths. He's going like to extreme lengths to impress his family. I mean, he's putting so many lights on his house outside, exterior illumination. And he gets carried away with other things, but also he has a heart of gold. But I want also like the actor who can portray the American dad. He has to be the American dad who loves his family in the end, but also like, he could be wide eyed with his cynicism and humor. Now, pay attention because you're going to be lost a little bit. George Clooney. Okay, so George Clooney, yes, he's like recognized in dramas, but he also isn't comedies like the Coen brothers comedy, like Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, and what is it? Burn After Reading. And, yeah, he could have that sense of humor really well. He has some great timing, and also the American Dad perspective. Like he can be a little vulnerable, like the Descendants. That I remember that scene in Christmas Vacation where he reflects on his past childhood. When he's up in the attic or he's stuck in the attic watching the home videos, and I think he can capture that nostalgia from his facial expressions very well, even though he still looks like a child while watching those home videos. And yeah, you want that as well. But in the end, you want like a funny type of, but also American patriarch kind of ordeal, like he has portrayed in like The Descendants, but also he has a little bit of Coen shtick in him in his arsenal, especially when he goes on this rant. That rant that I cannot do right now. But so yeah, Clooney.
All right. So, all right, recapping the picks, we got Richie's pick of Steve Carell, we got Jordan's pick of Jason Bateman, Ryan's pick of Ryan Reynolds, and Jonathan's pick of George Clooney on the table for Clark. All right. So, Richie. So again,
What to do with number 3? I'm actually going to go Ryan Reynolds at 3. Yeah, he could provide the sarcasm, but kind of getting over that, man. Gonna be honest, I feel like he would slip into Deadpool territory, and I wish he'd do something else. I like it's like he's becoming a bit one note, and I don't. Yeah. Number 2, I appreciate the left field pick for George Clooney. I think it's interesting. I think you make a decent argument there. I don't know. I need to see him more. I haven't seen him be like sort of goofy, and I haven't seen him do the sort of like I still see him as like that suave, sophisticated kind of like GQ magazine type dude. I haven't seen him be like that vulnerable, that sort of comedically. But hey, look, if they did a Christmas Vacation remake and they announced they cast him, I'd be intrigued. But Jason Bateman, I think there's enough in his resume to suggest that I think he could do it. But great comedic timing, a funny dude. He's great, just a great movie dad as well. Just been in a lot of stuff, and he plays frustrated very well, but he's also got he can keep himself grounded and got a great heart at the center as well. So I want Jason Bateman.
Okay. All right, Jordan.
Yeah, this one's tough. Like this is one of the tougher ones. I actually quite like all these picks because number 3 I have George Clooney just because it is the unconventional one that I'm kind of like I don't see it as much as the other one, but I do think out of the 3, George Clooney could probably deliver that final like ending dialogue, the whole crazy speech, maybe the best. But as far as like everything else though, yeah, like maybe not quite there, but yeah, but number 2, man, this is where it's really tough because I was like trying to listen to the arguments and maybe look up at some of their roles and like things. Because I had it one way and then I flip flopped it. So I'm gonna go with Ryan Reynolds for number 2, just because the only time I've ever seen him play a dad really is in the Adam Project. That he did that, and like yeah, like he is kind of getting to be a little one note. He doesn't have a couple of like 2-3 other ones that he's not all sarcastic out there, but still like I just don't see it quite as much as my number 1 Steve Carell, because like he's played dads. He's even played like even kind of see like even in The Office, like a father figure to like the people in the office, kind of like that. And then like you see him in stuff like Beautiful Boy, which is like that movie's bumped up to my top 128. That's a movie that I love, but being the dad there, so you can see that he has heart and like really care about his family. But then you got stuff like Crazy Stupid Love in there, or The 40-Year-Old Virgin, or just where he's like being kind of off the wall and like just all over the place and like pretty funny and like even like a little kind of like deranged at times. So when he gets stressed out, so yeah, I'll go Steve Carell.
Okay, all right, Brian.
Yeah, number 3, went with George Clooney. I do agree with a conventional pick. I see more of a drama actor than a comedic actor. But number 2, this close between 2 of these. Number 2, I went with Jason Bateman. I do see the argument for Clark. But number 1, actually, Richie told me Steve Carell is my number 1. I do see he go long rants. You see The Office, or especially the characters like The Way Back, and some dad characters like Evan Almighty or Crazy Stupid Love. So I went with Steve Carell for number 1.
All right, and Jonathan.
Number 3, Ryan Reynolds. I'm done. I'm done with the shtick. I think it's getting really annoying and pedestrian, and I just don't see him as. I haven't seen him in many paternal roles yet, just aside from the Adam Project, and I need to see more of that attribute now, since he's a father now. 2, Bateman. That's a very good pick. I like it very much. Yeah, but again, I haven't seen that many fatherly picks yet. But he can play comedy, this kind of comedy level, really well. But the one by default is Carell. He can play it very well. He can play the American dad. He can play physical humor well. And also he could create that nostalgia, childlike quality in him, in his arsenal, especially towards the end. And also that last shot of him just looking up in the moon, with snots looking at him. That would be so Steve Carell would be my.
Okay.
Snots on at his crotch or whatever. He's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reynolds 4, Clooney 4, Jason Bateman with 7, Steve Carell with 9. So Richie making a comeback at the end with the parents. All right, at least getting 2 at the end. Unfortunately, Jordan striking out with a goose egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like weird that all comes down to the panel, because you come into these things like, this is my best one yet. I got like the rock solid ones here.
I really thought you had it with Steinfeld. That was the one.
Yeah. You had some good picks. Steinfeld's a good pick. Daniel Stern, I thought, was a really good pick. I thought Bateman's a good pick. You have some good picks. I think it's just
I think Brian wasn't on my side. Sorry, Brian.
Was a good pick. So
you weren't quite on my side tonight.
Yeah. Brian kind of goose egged you a couple of times with like 1 pointer. So
it's all good.
I know what person you choose for the character.
Yeah. But very close. But this is a tough one, and had a lot of stuff. So let me run back. Just kind of recap what we have so far. So our brand new cast of Christmas Vacation. So for Frank the Boss, we've got Nick Offerman. Oh my God, no, scary. All right, so Aunt Bethany, we've got June Squibb. We've got Don Rickles joining her as the couple. Don Rickles and June Squibb, I think, would make a great couple.
Yeah,
that'd be a lot of fun.
I think so too.
They would have a ton of fun. Our new Rusty is kind of a 90s JGL, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Moving up to that, we've got Amanda Bynes, kind of a 2000s Amanda Bynes. Our new cousin Eddie is Zach Galifianakis. Our new Ellen Griswold is Julie Bowen, and Julie Bowen joining up with Steve Carell. I think they would make a good couple too. I think that would work. Yeah, Steve Carell, Joey Bowen, like a
Yeah.
little couple there. So, all right, that's our new Christmas vacation cast. So, nice job, everybody. Fun stuff
There you go.
all around. Nicely
Yeah.
done. Another good episode of Recast, wrapping it up. So, fun times all around. So, we'll get to you guys' plugs, and when we get to our plugs, we'll plug kind of a nuanced, sillier recast we're going to do maybe for the next episode, but it ties in with some stuff coming out. So we'll tell you about it in just a second. But we'll go around the horn that Jordan and I talked about backstage. So, but Richie, what you got going on? Anything you want to plug?
January.
Yeah, I mean, as we come towards the end of the year, not a lot, but Wheel of Movies is back. This coming week we've got Jingle All the Way. Talking about Jingle All the Way, how that was misunderstood when it came out. That movie's fun.
It's several times.
Yeah. And,
Man, I don't know, man. There's just not a lot to talk about with that movie. There's not a lot going on.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Kind of boring. It's not a lot of themes, and it's every time. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. So that movie's bonkers crazy. We'll talk about it.
There's names.
We might not get back to. It might be a little while before we actually get back to spinning the wheel. There's a couple of there's a couple of tribute episodes we're going to do. So we'll check in for that, and then Lonely Marks. Not even sure. So we'll go back there talking Saturday Night's main event. John Cena and the people whinging about that finish, which I thought was fine, but maybe
me too.
I thought was actually good. So we'll talk about that, and it's pretty much it for me for the for now. But I'm sure I'll be back in tournament fights, back on tier ranker and all of that in the new year, and have a happy Christmas or however you celebrate.
I definitely want you back on the second for our worst movie posters, because I've got that file ready. I got that file ready to go. I actually have to whittle it down. I got about 70. I'm going to whittle it down to 64. But that was going to be fun, because there's going to be movies you haven't even heard of too as well. But that doesn't matter. It's all about the posters. You'll just be like, what the hell is that? So it'll be a lot of fun, because you're just going to be voting on the posters, so it doesn't matter if you've seen it or not. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
That'll be fun. I'm kidding.
Because Richie and I, both behind the scenes, we kick posters back and forth, both good and bad. We'll praise posters, hey, fucking great poster for this movie, that movie, whatever. And then if we see a horrendous poster, we'll be like, oh my god, look at this garbage. Posters.
If you want a modern good example, the Bone Temple that comes out next year.
Had some great posters. Yes, even the new Scream poster with the burning house in the reflection of the knife, is pretty cool. At least didn't do the floating head thing for now. So I appreciate creativity. So let's talk about non-creativity in a couple of weeks. And so that'll be fun. All right, cool. Mr. Caro, what you got going on?
Yes, you can find me on social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Blue Sky, and Threads at different variations of Cinecare. Instagram, I wrapped up the Christmas movies tournament with a holiday party and a family gathering. Nice. It's a Wonderful Life one, finally, over Die Hard. Yeah, it was pretty close, actually. So that one, and my very last tournament of the year will be movies with a color in the title in honor of Song Sung Blue. So there's a lot of movies with a color in the title.
Including the Colors trilogy.
Yes, I actually put it in there.
We got that for a tournament fight at some point. I don't know when we're gonna get there, but
that's crazy, because we could almost do even a tier ranker for that, Jordan, even over a tournament. I think there's plenty.
I can help you out.
Ones.
That's
what I mean. That could be. We might have to switch that from a tournament to a tier ranker. I think for movies with colors in the title,
names or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, just in case, I have a list ready to go, and I'll just send it to you.
Send me a rough draft if we get one. I'll store it for later.
You'd like to do multiple tournament fights just based on the one color. Like you go black, and then you could go.
It's not that many.
Blue Velvet.
Movies with black in the title. That's interesting.
Black Christmas.
There was a lot of movies with red.
Black Friday.
Red and black. Yeah, red.
Moulin Rouge.
Yeah.
Even distinct colors like Crimson Tide. Crimson.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that will be my last tournament of the year before we get to movies of 2025 tournament next year. I'll open that. Let's see, and I'm finishing up 2025 movies before we get to the end of the year lists for me. That'll be posted at the end of the year. Starting with my least favorite ones, that'll be posted only on Instagram. And whereas the best ones, it'll be across social media platforms. It'll start from honorable mentions to my actual best of list to my best of list of that are non-new releases. So I used to keep that on the lookout. And as for this show or this channel, you'll see me on. Oh, it's probably my episode. Actually, that's the next time I'll appear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll
Yeah.
ship that off. I'll ship that list off to you, Austin.
Yeah.
I'm almost finished, and that'll be it for me. Actually, for the month after that, I'll be around in January. I'll definitely be on 2025 for sure. And last but not least, look, it was a rough weekend this past weekend. It was awful news, and so please be safe out there. Hug your loved ones, especially during this holiday season. Because I bet even stronger than ever, because this awful weekend just made me reflect about how precious time in life are actually. So so have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and stay close with your loved ones.
Yeah.
Christmas is the time of year for that. So.
I was gonna switch over just to make it more comedic. There you go.
But the background was perfect, though.
We went to the public service announcement. I just put over. Okay.
Yeah, right.
But just to keep it again, give it a laugh at the end. So there you go. Brian, what you got?
You can find your most free spaces multiplex. I'll be the Trios tournament next season. TBNT trivia, Pierce Co. Could be some trivia there, or lots of first time call the show. I'll be on Welcome for the best of Triple 5 movies January 11th. I believe I'll be back here Friday, but I haven't been added to the group yet, Jordan. I'm not sure for the tournament. But
I'll make that. Yeah.
And I'll be on best to worst. Days to be confirmed.
Yeah.
All right, Jordan, just give us a couple quick ones, and then I'll finish up.
Yeah. So just if you're not subscribed to the channel, you hit the subscribe button, because that really helps us out a lot. We're really on a big push to get there. Only need about like 110 more subscribers, so we're getting there slowly but surely. But and then we will have on Friday, we'll be doing the Christmas mystery tournament to kind of round out all of our holiday stuff before we take a week off here, so we can all spend Christmas and with our loved ones and all that stuff, but and our families, but and then after that we'll be back with Jonathan's top 64 movies of the 70s for his birthday, and then also the our most anticipated of 2025, which will be the first Monday and Tuesday of after Christmas, and then I'll just say that if you want to find us, the best place to find us is to go to the Movie Hero Network over on Facebook, and that'll direct you to all kinds of other stuff. You can find us if you search the Movie Hero Network. We're out there all over the place. And I am gonna try to get that the schedule posted. I just had a couple like heavier prep days for some of these shows and stuff. So hopefully in the next day or two, I do plan to do it as soon as I can, and it'll be in the Movie Hero Network group. But I mean, I'll put links to it on Instagram and X and like a bunch of other social media, Facebook, and all that. So just watch for that. So but Austin would
we'll go next week. Jordan and I just threw an idea out there just for fun. For next one, we might do another creature feature to tie in with something that's coming out. Well, Jack Black and Paul Rudd are gonna reboot Anaconda. Let's recast Anaconda.
Yeah.
Just for a goofy, silly one. So like we don't always have to do like the heavy hitter classics, but they're rebooting it. Let's recast it. Why not?
That's a good idea.
So,
and they've got another creature feature coming in January with
Primate.
Primate. So it's kind of all like creature stuff.
Animal Attack, creature feature, kind of will be in the
There is a
theaters
lot of
right
those
around,
there in
so.
January. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that. That movie actually has enough of like a character actor ensemble cast that I think we
Yeah,
could
I think
have
so.
fun kind of redoing it. And that may be one where I may be a little goofy and go back to like the 70s and 80s. Oh my
Yeah, you could, yeah.
and just, if we do like an 80s reboot of Anaconda, that could be fun, things like that. So I may do my period piece thing going on. So that could be a lot of fun. So we'll get a panel together and have that'll be a silly fun time.
When this
you gotta
car-
practice your
Yeah.
crazy John Voight, like I don't know what he's doing, a Cajun accent.
Snake.
I have no idea.
Yeah, whatever the hell accent.
Like a Spanish weird accent. And he made it.
They love money.
Yeah, right.
When this
Only something, amen.
Yeah, right.
When this current Anaconda was announced, I was like, and then I saw the cast. I'm like, this is weird. This is I don't know. Do we need an Anaconda reboot? And then I saw the trailer. I'm like, oh, it's a movie about remaking Anaconda. I'm on board. This is fun.
When I saw that was the approach that that
Like,
Anaconda
okay.
exists in that universe, and they're just like trying to like riff on it, and they get in trouble. Like I'm fine with that. So yeah,
We'll see.
I like that.
Yeah. All right.
It's on Christmas, right? That
Yes.
movie comes out at Christmas time. Yeah. So and then Primate will be out like a week or two after that. So yeah, it'll be kind of on the minds of everybody. So we'll talk about that just to do kind of a goofy, more fun one and be a little silly. So we'll do that. I'm loaded up for tomorrow. I'm going to be in front of my computer a lot tomorrow, so you can see me quite a bit because I'll be at some point tomorrow afternoon. I'll be spinning the wheel for that mystery tournament. I'm going to put a wheel together of like 200 to 250 just Christmas movies that people know and just spin a wheel on camera, and we'll get our lineup for the mystery tournament. And then I've got some horror trivia I'm going to tape right before Wheel of Movies. Then me and Richie will go live for Wheel of Movies, and then we'll do a episode of Lonely Marks. We'll talk about John Cena and all that jazz. So
What did you do there? All 4 shows.
a lot of that stuff. Yeah. So and then we'll take that week off, and we'll come back. I'll be hosting Jonathan's birthday episode, so we'll have some fun with that and talk some F Your Feelings 70s movies, and the anticipated tournament will be fun as well. And then I've got a folder ready to go. I spent a whole afternoon just pulling all the articles about the worst posters and all kinds of just ones from Reddit and like everything, just pulling a whole file of worst posters. So it should be a ton of fun, and that would be like, oh my god, look at that one, and we'll zoom in on it. Look at that one. Oh god, jeez. And we'll just have and what we'll be voting on in that one is you'll be voting for which one is worse, not which one is better. So which one is worse out of the two, and we'll see which is just
Will
the
the movie be
surprise
surprised for the tournament, or like we sell this stuff for people who want to see?
I think I'm just gonna leave it. You guys are just gonna I'm just gonna leave it, and you guys just see the posters, and I want your gut reactions. Essentially, I don't think you need a list because you're not gonna know what half of these movies are. They're gonna be like a lot of like a bunch of things. So it really doesn't matter, and you're only voting for the poster, so it doesn't matter. It's not like you need to watch the movie, just posters. So I think I'll leave it at that and let you guys just have fun when we do that on that one. So we'll drop it there, and we'll come back in a month or so, and we'll just do a little fun little Anaconda recast. That'll be a good time. So
be cool.
be a little silly.
But you'll be in front of a computer all day tomorrow. I have nothing going on tomorrow. So you're doing all that stuff. So I'm gonna go probably work like half a day or 3/4 of a day, and then go see Avatar and the Housemaid. So that'd be cool.
Avatar the Housemaid.
Avatar the Housemaid. Yeah, it's a great crossover.
Avatar the Housemaid. Yeah, it'll be awesome. Yeah.
But also, like you're seeing Avatar's long as fuck.
It's gonna be a long day at the movie.
It is long.
And Housemaid's like 2 hours and 10 minutes too. Also,
So we'll see. I mean, I may have to push one to Saturday, but
and Jordan, one of them you don't like the series, so
wait. Oh yeah. So Avatar, I don't really like the series that much. I don't care, but it is a spectacle visually, so it's worth it.
Well, it's one of those things where I'm not super vested either, but I will go see it in the theater because that's the way you're supposed to kind of watch that movie. So I will see it. I saw the other ones. I saw them, and I'm good. So I will do the same thing.
And that'll be enough.
As a person who saw the movie, there's more action than you think, Jordan.
So. It has birthday boy Giovanni Ribisi in it.
I'm so
Oh, yeah.
excited.
But
not in it that much.
He's been dwindling. He wasn't in the second one that much either. He was like barely there, so it's fine.
I heard though that the action scenes like look amazing though from like all the reviews that I'm hearing. They look incredible. So.
All right. Well, yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Nice.
what we got going on here. So we'll wrap it up here for this episode of Recast here on the Movie Hero Network, and we'll see you guys next time. So for Richie, for Jonathan, for Brian, for Jordan, the Movie Hero Anderson, I am Austin Pez Howell, and we'll see you guys next time.
Good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is! Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?